Hello all, Project Wargaming here with an update on the Berlin board. So actually it's, I guess not really an update, but just an announcement that I'm done. So I'm calling it finished. I'm sure there'll be little bits and pieces that I will come back in and work on and maybe tweak, especially when I start playing some games on the board. But yeah, I'm finished with it. So the finishing touches were coming in and adding in the oh, I guess little shrubs and along some of the areas. You can also see that I've come in and added some statues in different areas as well to make it look more like the Tiergarten Tiergarten because they had statues all the way through it. So just running through kind of again how I set this up. So looking at the map here, you can kind of see the red lines are the area that I wanted to do, with the zoo tower down here by my thumb being kind of anchoring one side, and then the Reichstag anchoring the other side. So you can see that's certainly what I accomplished in this Reichstag over there, and then the zoo tower anchoring over here. So it gives me kind of two good focal points. This area was an area that I could get a little more detailed map of, and you can see kind of how I laid it out a bit and how I put it there. The one thing that I didn't ever end up doing was the Brandenburg Gate. I just never was happy with the model, never really liked how it looked. I just decided not to put it on there. Just another piece. But everything else I think came out very well, and I am very happy with it. So just kind of going through and highlighting a couple of them. Here's the zoo flak tower, obviously after the war since the guns are gone. But here it is on the board. Coming around this side, nice little picture of the Tiergarten with its road networks and then statues you can see, and some of the rivers and canal systems, I guess, running through there. But definitely kind of on that huge street. I have no idea what it's called. I could look it up on a map, but I'd probably mispronounce it. But anyways, I think that definitely kind of gives you the idea, because you can see up there on the left, up here, the Reichstag, and then you can see the Reichstag out there on the board for me as well. You can also tell that it was fairly open, and so I think this board definitely gives you a good feel for that. And then also it's going to be very playable, so moving your figures around and things like that is easy. I don't have to come in and individually take these trees out because they're set in the board itself. So yeah, I think that's a good compromise for where we're at. Another picture of it, you can see the main victory tower, and then the statues that kind of surround it. So happy with it. And then over here, kind of coming from this area, so the main Reichstag area, Moltke Bridge down there in that corner, kind of a reddish bridge, and reddish on the board. This kind of view from Moltke Bridge across the way, and you can see the Reichstag in the background. And then a better zoom of kind of the area around the Reichstag, and then of course a more close-up view of the actual Reichstag itself. So yeah, I think it really came out pretty well. I'm very happy with it. It has a nice city feel to it, and then it also has some nice open space. So I think it's going to be a very interesting board to actually play a game on, and pretty easy to do so. So I am kicking around the different scenario ideas. Been talking with some friends about some different ideas to make it a more interesting game. Hopefully, well, I know I'll have it all done by Little Wars because I'm going to try to run some games at Little Wars. And yeah, next thing is really to work on storage. So I'll get the storage containers all done, set. Remember, these were magnetized and then labeled so that I know which area they go on. And I'll make storage containers for those. And then that allows this board, these two boards, to actually go into a container to store them and keep the trees from bending all up and damaging the board itself. And then the next thing that I will do, I really have to start working on the figures. Luckily it's 6 mil, so it's not terribly hard. I'm going to work on the Russians first because I have some Germans already from other games that I've run, especially in Normandy stuff. So those would work. So I don't have any Russian stuff. I have all the models. I just need to get them painted and based and go from there. Excuse me. And then, you know, I should still have plenty of time because Little Wars is until April. So I'll work on the German troops as well. As I've mentioned in the past, I couldn't find a good metal source for the Volksturm guys. Just nothing, no partisan looking miniatures out there. I think maybe a regular might have had some, but I wasn't terribly interested in them. So what I've done, you've seen maybe on a previous video, is I found some models that a guy has done in 3D. I've actually tried printing those out. Those have actually printed out very well. So I'll try that. And then some SS troops and just some normal Germans as well. So that's, I guess, is kind of a wrap on the building of the board. So again, just real happy with it. Kind of come back in and look at it again just to make sure. And I'm sure there'll be a little bit of tweaks here and there. But yeah, I think it's going to be very playable, and I think it looks pretty cool. We'll talk to you later.